dear students, welcome to my channel PM Biology. In this video lecture we are going to talk about the duplicate genes. In previous videos we have talked about supplementary and complementary genes. If you haven't watched that video, please watch them so that you will understand how the interaction is taking place and how the inheritance takes place and how the supplementary genes and complementary genes they are working. So here let's talk about duplicate genes. So this duplicate genes show the ratio 15:1. Now within few minutes we will understand how this ratio comes 15:1, how it comes, that we'll see. So first of all, what is the basic concept of this duplicate genes? Let's understand this first. The dominant alleles of the genes which are present on the different loci produce the same phenotype without their cumulative effect. Means the genes which are present on the different locus on the same or different chromosomes. Okay, so genes located on different loci of same or different chromosomes, they show either in presence or in absence of the other gene or allele the same cumulative effect, same phenotypic effect. Okay, so when these alleles of both genes they produce same phenotype without their cumulative effect. At least one of the dominant allele is necessary for the phenotypic effect. So here the condition is any one of the allele should be in the dominant, it should be dominant. So example of this is capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B. Means in this both the genes are in their dominant state. In the next case, next example, capital A, capital B, small b. So here also the A is capital, one is dominant, another is recessive, and one B is capital, another B is recessive, but still they will show the same phenotypic effect. In next case there is only one dominant gene, that is A, and another is small a. B, even though both the genes of B are small letters or they are recessive one, but still as there is presence of one capital A, that is one dominant gene A, so it will again show the same phenotypic effect. In the next case, capital small a, capital B, capital B. In this case also there is two recessive genes, that is AA, and second gene is capital B, capital B. So here it will again express itself even though there is recessive A. In the next case also there is small a, and there is one capital B, that is dominant one, and another gene is recessive one, B. But still as there is one capital B is there, that means one dominant gene is there, so it will again show the same phenotypic effect. So it means that in presence of either one or two, it could be one or it could be both, if they are present in the in that chromosome, then they will definitely show the same phenotypic effect. So they are independent of each other, they do not depend on the another gene for expressing themselves. So this is the basic concept of duplicate genes. Now in case of all the dominant genes, only in case of small a and small b, the recessive phenotype will be expressed. So in case of all dominant genes, they will show the same phenotypic effect. But if there is recessive A and recessive B, both recessive genes are present, then they will show the other phenotypic effect other than that, other than the previous one. So this is a duplicate genes. They are also called as pseudo alleles. So let's understand how this ratio is coming 15:1. To understand this, we will see the Punnett square, and we will take one example of the shape of Capsula versa, fruit shape of Capsula versa. So let's see how the cross occurs. Now here TT and VV is the capital T and capital V. It is a triangular shaped fruit, and which we cross it with small t, small v, which is oval type or ovate type of fruit present. And if we cross them, we will get in F1 generation capital T, small t, capital V, small v. And in this F1 generation, all fruits are triangular shaped. Now in the next generation, that means in the F2 generation, if we self them, so here selfing means crossing it with itself, that is capital T, small t, capital V, small v, crossed with the same capital T, small t, capital V, small v. So here in this type we will get a cross. So here you can see the the gametes which are formed here: capital T, capital V, capital T, small v, small t, capital V, small t, small v. In this female also will get all the similar kind of gametes, and when they fuse, it will produce capital T, capital V, means the triangular shaped fruit. Again in this case also capital T, capital V and small v. So here also, as there is presence of both the dominant genes, definitely it is going to produce the triangular shaped fruit, Again in the next case, there is presence of capital T as well as capital V. So both the dominant genes are present, so definitely it will show again the triangular shaped fruit. In the next case, again there is one dominant T and another dominant V. Again the same shape will be expressed, triangular shaped. Here in this case also there is capital T, capital V and small v, means either T and V both of them are in dominant state, and therefore it will show again the triangular shaped fruit. Here there is capital T and small v, but even though these are present in the recessive forms, again as the presence of dominant form of gene is present here, that is capital T, so it will also going to show the same effect, that is triangular shaped fruit. Here also capital T is there and capital V is there, definitely it will show the same. This case also the same, this case also the same. So all of these genotypes, they are having either both, in some cases both T and V are dominant, in some cases one is recessive, another one is capital, but still as it produces the same phenotypic effect, so the fruit shape will be triangular. In this case also, here also in the last, and the last case is having genotype capital small t and small v, and therefore in this case, as both the genes are recessive one, so it will show the ovate type or oval type of fruit. Okay, so this is the exceptional case, because neither T is in dominant form, nor V is in the dominant form, so both of them are recessive forms, and so the fruit shape which is going to form is triangular, not triangular, ovate shape. but in other cases all of them are showing the triangular shaped fruits. So if we count all of them, all the fruits, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. So this is giving you 15 is to 1 ratio. So duplicate factor or duplicate genes gives you the ratio, that is 15 is to 1. This is also one of the form modified form of the modified form of the ratio, dihybrid ratio, that is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So this is about the duplicate factor. Now if we count the 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1, the one, if you 9 if you add them, 9 plus 3 plus 3, if you add these three, you will get the number 15, and remaining one is of this small t small t small v small v. So that means, in short, either one of the gene should be in its dominant form. This is the only condition of this duplicate gene. So it will show the similar type of effect, or it will express itself without its cumulative effect. So this is all about the duplicate factor. If you understand this, so if you like this video, then hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you.